Imagine a world where the US no longer holds economic dominance, where sanctions lose their impact, and a multipolar order reshapes global power. In today's video, we explore how US economic strategies, mounting national debt, and the rise of China's resilience in tech are reshaping the world economy. This is where we dive into the forces driving our future. Let's get started. Over the years, US presidents have increasingly used sanctions as a go-to foreign policy tool. Under Biden alone, over 6,000 sanctions were introduced in just 2 years, a record-breaking surge. But with countries like Venezuela, Iran, and Cuba, we see a different reality. While aimed at political change, sanctions often lead to economic devastation for ordinary people instead. Sanctions may also push these nations to seek alternatives, fueling a multipolar shift away from US-centered systems. Even close allies are feeling the pressure. For instance, the Biden administration's attempts to restrict China's access to advanced microchip technology by influencing Dutch company ASML has caused friction, testing the strength of allied relationships. With US national debt climbing past $34 trillion, the risks are profound. Projections warn that unchecked borrowing could lead to inflation, high interest rates, and cuts to essential spending. While the dollar's status as the world reserve currency has buffered the US so far, reliance on debt without a concrete solution could eventually shake global confidence in the dollar itself. The consequences? Higher interest rates and potential shifts in global financial stability. The Congressional Budget Office warns that without action, debt will continue to rise, leaving future generations to tackle a potentially unsustainable financial burden. China's resilience is on full display with Huawei, the tech giant that, despite sanctions, rebounded by tapping into China's domestic market and diversifying into other sectors like electric vehicles. China has prioritized tech independence, supporting national champions like Huawei and investing heavily in crucial fields like AI and electric vehicles. With support through subsidies, tax incentives, and robust R&D investments, Chinese firms are now leading in sectors previously dominated by the US. For example, Chinese companies now hold 12 out of the top 20 global AI patent positions. As China strengthens its tech and economic resilience, it highlights a larger trend of strategic competition, with countries racing to dominate in technology and self-sufficiency. As sanctions lose effectiveness, countries are forming new alliances. Russia, facing Western sanctions, has found strong economic ties with China, which now supports Russia's energy exports, bolstering both economies against Western influence. Smaller countries, like the UAE and Switzerland, also creatively navigate sanctions. These nations have managed to conduct business in ways that circumvent restrictions, exemplifying how interconnected the global economy truly is. Efforts like Russia's pivot to pegging its currency to gold signal bold moves in a multipolar world, as they seek to stabilize economies and bypass traditional systems dependent on the dollar. These seismic changes in global power dynamics are more than headlines. They're shaping the future of global economies, technologies, and alliances. As the world shifts towards a multipolar order, it's clear that economic decisions today will influence political and social landscapes tomorrow. Stay informed, question the status quo, and most importantly, remember that knowledge is the greatest tool we have to navigate this changing world. Thank you for joining us on Wisdom Tales of Change. Let's continue exploring and adapting together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest insights.